So, anything happened yesterday while I was working on the story of Varix? What's that you say? A Bungie employee did an interview? Oh God, please just tell me it wasn't Luke Smith. It was? Oh God. Somebody cue the reggae music. What's going on, gamers? So the Destiny community has been set on fire by this interview of a Bungie employee and Eurogamer. Now, if some of you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link the original interview in the description box. Now, before I get this discussion rolling, let me throw a few shoutouts to Red Dawn, Jack Captain Morgan, and To Be Frozen and Carlos Kimona for also following me over on Twitter. Guys and gals, I try to keep myself as accessible as possible. I know a few have been having a few issues with commenting on some of my YouTube videos. Now I looked into it and I think it's something on Google's end with the YouTube app. But if you've got something to say, I'll always keep links in my description box on how you can get up with me. Now back to the topic at hand. The bottom line is, people are just not happy with this particular interview. Now at first I couldn't understand what the problem was. The collector's edition of Destiny was announced at E3 and everyone seemed okay with it. I did hear a few people say, why do I have to rebuy what content I've already got? I was already here on day one. And the E3 hype train never lost any steam. So now fast forward to last night in an interview with Luke Smith about the price of the Taken King editions popped up. Now I don't think that's where the interview was headed, but that became the focus. Now once again, I am a little confused and here's why. Activision is Destiny's publisher. I think this is common knowledge. Well now the role of a video game publisher is to provide the developer with the funds to create the product, and then it's the publisher who sells said product. This is pretty much a standard business model. Now, what most certainly is not standard is the huge community that follows Bungie themselves. Like myself, they like making themselves very accessible. Well, Eurogamer chose to talk to Luke Smith. So who is Luke Smith? This is the guy who's in charge of the design of the Taken King. So a point to make now is, when you play the Taken King, if the visuals and the audio and the loot drops are making you grin when you play it, this is the guy you would think along with his team. But the bottom line is, he's not a Bungie public relations kind of guy. So if like me, you read the interview and I kind of get a sense of he's proud of the work that he's done in the Taken King, to him it's worth far more than the asking price of $40. It's something he and his team have been working on for quite a long time. Simply put, the dude's proud of it. If he comes off kind of blunt, well, this is the creative director, not the public relations guy. Now if you saw the Vidoc Bungie released recently, this is the wants to wear Oryx's ass as a hat guy. He's comfortable in his position, but he's not used to really dealing with the customer base, and that's us. The whole issue revolves around that collector's edition. But now here's the catch. No one has said everything that's in it, not officially. Now we know there will be a lot of physical goodies as well as several digital goodies such as new emotes. But we don't know exactly what they'll look like because aspects of the digital side of this package haven't been shown. Am I getting a new shader? What's the color? Looking at pictures of it, it just looks black. Now what I'm getting at is the Taken King is still a long ways off. It's been official for about a week now. Now I recall another expansion pass that came out for the Batman game that just came out this week. Now when that expansion pass was released, no one cared to buy it because nobody knew what was in it. And that was fine, they just added stuff as the time came. Now that the game is launched, I'm sure a lot of people are really happy with what they will be getting. Now as games get closer to launch, you'll have a better idea of what's going to be in them. Now if you want the Taken King, go ahead and get it, it's $40. If you want the collectibles in the collector's edition, get it if you can. Now I would argue is a third option. I want the collectibles, but of course I don't want to rebuy the game that's already sitting in my PlayStation. So at this point, the only way to guarantee that I get everything was to pre-order the collector's edition. Now here is my receipt from today. Now if Bungie says Thursday, hey guys, we have an option to buy the Taken King by itself with all of the digital collector's edition goodies as well as the Founder's Fortune bonus content and all the physical goodies, then that will be the best for me. I'll switch over to that edition. But one thing I will say is you probably won't hear that announcement from Luke Smith. You will hear that from Activision or David Daigle, Bungie's community manager that we all call Deej. Well guys, if you like this type of content, just hit the like button or leave a comment, or if you want to see more, just hit that subscribe button. But as always guys, have a good one.